Oh yeah. Good evening, and welcome to Masterpiece Theater. No, I'm kidding. Welcome to episode number 172 of The Other Side of the Ball. You see 25, you see Chris, and Chris who has his Mexican piss water.
My
And
I ain't
next
think
uh,
piss water.
I've been talking to him since I've been in the West Ham. I said, "Hey, Chris, is that Newcastle?"
Yeah,
oh,
yeah,
look like a Corona bottle, but
yeah. They
it's
started. They brought back the old version of it, and it tastes a lot better than that other nasty shit.
well, there you go, there you go. And unfortunately, some breaking news, sad news. This was mentioned on the early morning edition of the Mizzle and Dub show, as Zelly is officially announced his retirement from A7. Just kind of came on the Mizzle and Dub show and just broke out with that news, which was quite shocking to Mizzle and myself. Good evening, Mr. Ashmore. How are you? Welcome. Now, I will say this. Last week was one for the ages, as a lot of people are still talking about the passionate take that one Chris Vera went on last week. Some people thoroughly really enjoyed it. Chris, would you like to have a response since your last week's State of the Union address about football?
Well, I will say one thing. Knox, you weren't right. It takes a lot more than one glass of rum to get me over the edge and get me going. But that I like that take when I rewatched it and I saw you say that. Um, you know what? I had all week to think about it. Obviously last week and this week to think about it. And part of me was like, you know what, man, I'm gonna, do my apologies. You know what? I'm not sorry. I'm not. I said what I had to say. It's truly the way I felt. And if it pissed off LA, oh well.
Man,
That's
that
all
shit
I
ain't
can say.
off, man.
What's that?
I said that shit ain't pissed nobody off.
Yeah, I didn't think so. But I mean, it was just the way I felt. And I thought that it was um, thanks, Steve. Yeah, I thought it was 100% justified for me to say. You said it before I could. And, you know, for me, I never liked selfish players on my squad, and I never had selfish players on my squad. So that's just the way I felt. And I had to say what I said. So I ain't taking it back. If you want me to double down, I will.
Only if you take a shot first.
What's that?
I said only if you take
Only if I take a shot.
Today,
I could do
we'll
it.
be
I could do it
joined by
clear-minded. I was clear-minded last week, so sorry, Dub. Go ahead.
today we will be joined by Camri, Mickel, and the head of officiating, Will Franklin. As Will Franklin reached out to me personally, he was like, "You know what? Screw it, have me on tonight." I'm like, "You sure?" And then his reply was, "Yeet." So we do have
Okay.
two guests coming on our show tonight. Um, but I will say this: we are officially 20 days away from opening day, which again takes place on March 15th. Um, and here comes Zelly throwing in some cowboy shade for one Mr. Vera.
They haven't franchise tagged him yet, man. Been watching that very closely. No franchise tag yet, but I am a
However,
little. I won't
um,
lie, nephew. I'm a little sad that you're retiring.
yeah, no, I was looking forward to a whole lot of yeeting on the sidelines, but that did not happen, which is makes me quite sad. But nonetheless, it's still happened. But again,
Now
further
you can come up
reminder:
to the press box and do it.
March 15th coming up to you. Thank you, Mr. Ashmore, for correcting me.
18 days.
18
Damn.
days. However, this year, some interesting changes. A lot's been talked about, and of course, Will Franklin will talk about it more because it was actually his post that kind of set the tone of what took place. But we will say there will be no Compton Accelerators, and there will be, unfortunately, no Atlanta Inferno this year. But there will be the Lexington Phantoms. They'll be making their debut this year.
Lexington.
Lexington Phantoms, yes.
Okay.
So, just to go forward, if you haven't checked the website, there have been some changes per se that we will go over today. And just to give you a quick synopsis of what that means. Now, again, it will take as Ashmore says, shocker, no LA team.
Right.
Hey, that's beyond our control. But opening day will still take place March 15th. There are some changes with one game, I think. Originally, the Hunters were supposed to go to LA to play the Compton Accelerators. They will now open up the season against the Silver State Stealth. But the day capper for us will still be at 4 p.m. Will still be Sick against the Insomniacs.
So does that give us 2 games instead of 3 now?
Well, the Hunters were going to be in LA. That was the original plan. They were going to be in LA to play the.
So we're gonna have 3. Okay.
And originally, it was supposed to be the Stealth against the returning OTT, but that did not happen. So, right now, as it stands, for here in Vegas, it will be Hunters, Stealth, and then Sickwood Insomniacs. Stealth and Hunters will kick us off at 1 p.m. and 4 p.m. for Sickwood and the Insomniacs. And this year, our games will be taking place in Henderson at Pinecrest.
Okay.
That will be our home for the season. It will be a 5-game regular season, with the regular season concluding on April 19th. Wild card will take place on the 26th of April. Playoffs on the 3rd of May. Final Four on May 17th, and the championship is May 31st. So in total, 9 weeks of season 12 upcoming for the A7FL.
Yeah, it might not be sweating it out, sweating to the oldies this year.
And then, as Ashmore said in the comments, going back to same schedule as last year, 1 p.m. and 4 p.m. each week.
Correct.
Well, that's good for me. That means I at least get a little bit of sleep in on Sundays. More than likely, Zelly, yes, more than likely the same format. Number 1 East plays number 2 West, and vice versa. More than likely, That's still going to be the same format.
And the only difference is this year, the Final Four is back east. Championship game is supposed to be here in Vegas, but
that'll be fun.
All right.
I think that'll be yet to be decided.
All right. So at least we know Final Four is on the East. Okay, that we know for sure.
Yep.
All right. Well, I mean, it's only fair if the Final Four is on the East, then the championship should be here in the West.
Yeah. I mean, we did it last year, so it makes sense to flip it. And it would pull in the fact that just like last year, the reigning champion has to travel.
All right.
I should say May, because we don't know for sure. Let's make sure.
Well, as it stands right now, and again, this is off the A7FL website, May 31st is the scheduled day for the championship game. So there you have it. Now, I will say this. It would be nice if we are back at the field house in Palette City, but that's hoping, because that is a very nice facility. But it's nice that the West Coast, for the first time since 2023, gets to host the A7FL championship game. But that's here nor there. First things first, the season starts on March the 15th. Now, most matchups are still the same, with the exception of a couple. We just talked about the Hunters taking on the Stealth to open up the season. We're still going to have Renegades against the Animals. That's at 1 p.m. Eastern. I said one can hope, Steve, okay? All right? I said here's to hoping.
Yeah, you did say that.
All right? Good grief. However, also you got the BIC and U 4 p.m. in Asbury Park. The Phantoms will make their debut in Virginia, taking on the Virginia Heathens. That's a 4 p.m. start. And, of course, another 4 p.m. start will be, of course, the Insomniacs, and Sick. Okay, so that's 1 p.m. Eastern, which would be 10 Pacific, 4 p.m. Eastern, 1 Pacific. So while Chris and I are doing our first game, the U and the VIC will be going on during that time. So hopefully we will give you some updates as the game goes along. So no,
You know
I
what?
get
Thanks
it.
for reminding me.
You're being a realist, and I'm trying to be a futurist, if you will. So like I said, one
Never
can
say
hope.
never.
Yeah, I mean, anything is possible, but
Stranger things have happened.
that is also very, very true. Now, 2-5,
Yep.
you must be given some kudos because you did try to forewarn a certain someone. Don't come on here with that stuff. Try to keep this formal. So I do want to give you your flowers and give you your just due because to quote Corey Hammond, who's on assignment tonight, you did try. I
So
just
you
want
do
to
it.
I just want to give you your kudos and give you your flowers because you did try.
You know, that's all you could do. Try to, lend a helping hand. I mean, he's cool though, so it's not like I understand who he is, and that's why I tried to give him the heads up. You know what I mean? But it's like at the same time, I mean, it is what it is. Shit's gonna unfold the way it unfolded. We did have a conversation on the back end, and like I say he was cool. It wasn't too much.
All right. So, Will Franklin, Camri Mickel, if you guys are watching, the link has been sent to you, gentlemen. So, please
Jump
check
on
your
in.
inbox. As again, they are billed as our two guests for tonight's show. But glad you're with us on episode number 172 as we are getting closer to our 200th episode. Hard to believe. But definitely want to thank you guys that have been across this journey with us. Hello, Mizzle. Glad you're back safe and sound from Southern California.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he's still in Cali. That's the problem.
Well, this trip was not a pleasurable trip per se, and I'll leave it at that. But real
Okay.
quickly before we get on, certainly want to send our thoughts and prayers to Nick Blaze. For those that don't know, Nick Blaze was the longtime producer of this show when he was living here in Vegas, who's now relocated to Colorado, but he's going through some challenges. But we here want to send our prayers and best wishes and let Nick know that we have not forgotten about him.
Never forget about a brother.
So certainly want to keep him lifted up in prayers. He's going through some challenges. So Blaze, if you're watching, praying for you.
Most definitely.
100%.
Well, we need to get there first, but thank you,
people.
Steve. All right, and
Upcoming milestone.
Mizzle says he is still coming, so eventually you will get a Mizzle sighting in the state of Nevada, Chris. So,
well, you know what? I'm holding him to that because me and him got some drinking to do.
I don't know about all that, but yeah, you already know the score.
He and I got some drinking to do. We talked about that.
Yeah, I'm cool.
And he could easily fire up in my backyard. I'm good with that too.
Well, he will get acquainted with River real quickly.
Yes, he will. Yes, he will. Pretty sure she weighs half as much as he does.
All right. So, as again, Camri Mickel, Will Franklin, if you are watching, again, the link has been sent to y'all. Well, Ashmore, you are one of the hardest working men in sports.
Dude, Steve, the thing about it with you, man, is you're always welcome. Whenever you want to come over, man, just give me a heads up. Anytime on the weekends.
There you have it.
You and Dub are always welcome. 2-5's always welcome, man. My brothers are always welcome over. Just give me the heads up. So I'm gonna see if I can text Will.
I was just about to do the same thing. maybe he gets double teamed.
I don't have Kamari's number. Otherwise, I'd text him. But
No, well, I sent it to his inbox.
no, I mean, they asked for it. They got it. What's up?
Yeah.
And you're right. I do live at the end of the end of the earth, but it ain't that damn far. Come on, we live in Vegas, man. Ain't nothing that far away.
It's not that far.
No.
I mean, he lives he lives down the street from a 7-Eleven, for crying out loud.
Right?
Did Zelly ever touch on why he was retiring?
No, he just said that he was retiring. Didn't go into details. Zelly, if you're watching, you're more than welcome to express why you're
Zelly
hanging up
wants
the A7 shorts. Although the one thing I did ask him, I said, "Are you still playing in the Fire Police game in May?" He's like, "Yes, I'm just retired from A7." But Zelly did give us some memories in his 3 seasons. He played the season of fall in 2023 going into 24, and then of course became a huge contributor to the Insomniacs 2024 championship on special teams, being a huge factor in the title game as he switched on to the 3-on-1 defense, made a huge tackle on Pac Money in the title game, and of course a whole lot of yeeting on the sideline, but certainly sad to see that he won't be yeeting on the sideline.
So like I said, he could come up into the booth and yeet with us.
That he can do, yes, absolutely.
So, Zelly, I'm throwing it out there, brother. You're always welcome.
So,
after you tell us why you're retiring.
Well,
inquiring minds want to know.
He and I talked about it. I know why, but I would prefer that if he so feels that he should tell you. Oh, I could tell him? Okay. Well, he just texted me and said you could tell them.
Breaking. Hold on. Wait a minute. Hold on.
I didn't want to.
If we're gonna do this, let's do this right. Hold on. Here we go.
All right.
As we're coming up on some breaking news that will be brought to you by Mr. Vera on why Zelly is hanging up his A7 shorts.
Well,
you may proceed, Mr. Vera.
We all have, and I'll preface it since we're also waiting for guests to join us. I'll preface it by saying this: that we all have kids, we all have families while we're trying to do our thing, and he, as I told him, man, I got a lot of respect for Zelly. I always have. His stepdaughter is going to be playing volleyball, and he's got that going on, and then his oldest is playing softball, so he can't guarantee he's going to be there every Sunday. And he feels like he'll be taken away from players that could be on the field, so it made more sense for him to step back and let those guys play. Since he can't be there every Sunday, he doesn't want to take that away, and I get it. I had to do the same thing.
I don't believe it.
What's that?
What? I'm about to message you. That's real, because Chris, the way that was almost like you was reading the script, but you were reading around certain parts. You feel me?
You want me here? Hold on.
It wasn't real, and for
I can't commit to every Sunday. My stepdaughter is playing volleyball, and my oldest is playing softball with 5th graders and 6th graders.
And I'm just fucking around with them.
And who am I to be taking playing time away from players who show up every game and sit the sidelines? That's not fair to them. 100%. What you just texted me.
Very.
Like I told him, I said, that's why I have respect for you, nephew. Love that. Got to make time for the family. So I understand it.
All right. We are still awaiting for one or both of our guests to come on.
Wait a minute. Hold on, man.
Again, I just sent the link to his phone.
Hold the phone.
All right.
Hold the phone.
Perhaps some more breaking news. Okay. Chris, you might have a rebuttal. As Chris, I'm assuming, is talking to one Will Franklin. Again, Camri Mickel, if you're watching, the link has been sent to your Facebook inbox. Go ahead and check it. as once again we are approaching March 15th, opening day of the A7FL season number 12. There will be 11 teams in the league, 6
All
in
right.
the Northeast, 5 in the West Coast, 5-game regular season, and then a 4-week playoff concluding with the championship on May 31st.
All right. So,
Chris, would you like to rebuttal?
on what?
What the fuck is he still even commenting for? Like
Man,
LA.
look, I said what I said for last week. I'm not going back into it this week. Whatever.
No, let it go.
I just got off the phone with Will, and he said he's gonna try to get to a quiet spot. He's at a basketball tournament and jump on.
Ah, yes. All right. Well, he does also referee basketball, folks. He is always reffing something. So
Always got something going on.
yeah, one of the hardest working men in refereeing. So kind of sad that we won't have Atlanta this year, and that we won't have Compton. But interesting to see the retooled Heathens as they will take on the Phantoms from Lexington, which for people that don't know, Lexington is in Kentucky. So we do have some Midwest representation, if you will. But again, still looking forward to see this new look Renegades, how they will respond after being the darlings last season. Yeah, Mr. Webster, no Compton this year. No Compton, no Baltimore. Kind of caught us all by surprise. So as it stands right now for your 2026 A7FL season, here are your teams for this year. In the quote-unquote Eastern Conference, it's the Renegades, the Phantoms, the U, the Animals, the BIC, and the Heathens. And out in the quote-unquote West, the Insomniacs, Sick-Witted, Stealth, Gold, and Hunters. So this week, quote-unquote, the Gold are on a bye week and will make their season debut next week the week after on the 22nd of March. So yeah, I was kind of looking forward to seeing it, but
Yeah,
did
you
not
just
happen.
reminded me. I got to take
What's-
a look and see, because happy wife, happy life.
Oh yes, her birthday.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So we're gonna have to do some stuff. I got to get somebody to sit in for me the week of the 29th, because the 28th is my wife's birthday.
Oh yeah, definitely have to keep the missus happy.
You ain't kidding. And she wants to go out of town, so I might not be
Well,
here.
of course.
So we'll see. We shall see.
Ashmore said that Compton probably would have been the 4th, 5th place at best anyway in the West. Well,
I mean, Steve, I'm not going to argue that fact with you. I'm going to say, because we don't know, you don't know what kind of talent that could be on that squad. 'Cause, I mean, don't get me wrong, there's some talent in Southern Cal, but it depends on what kind of talent they bring on that team. And if they were anything like the Aces used to be, it could have been a decent squad. Just saying. So we'll see what comes up, man. We'll see what there was just in the talks. There was a little bit of a hesitation in when we were having our meetings, whether or not the accelerators were going to be able to actually field a decent team. And I'm hoping that maybe for next season they will. Seems to be a lot of talk, but it's a matter of getting guys to sign up, right? It's the talk is one thing and wanting to play is another. So we'll see what happens. Wait, when you were out there for last time for their games, it was average. Well, we'll see. My thought of this thing is you're going to have players that are playing in that beach game that's coming up too. I believe, Dub, I don't know if you have that date. I want to say it's in March as well.
yeah,
might even be next weekend.
Let me go to the Instagram page.
Yeah. So
and good evening, sir. How are you?
That's going to be a I think that'll be a good indication of what competition could be like in Cali. I don't know that it's going to be 100%, but I would think it would give you some kind of idea of what it could be like.
So yes, to answer your question, the next BFL versus A7FL game takes place on March the 7th in beautiful Santa Monica, in the shadows of the beautiful Santa Monica Pier.
That's going to be friggin' beautiful out there too, and I'm sure that the weather will be perfect. Well.
And speaking of which, folks, joining us live from his location, who asked to come on, ladies and gentlemen, the head of officiating, Mr. Will Franklin. But before we do that, just go and take a quick time out. Just a reminder, you're watching the other side of the ball. We'll be right back. Again, as mentioned, Mr. Will Franklin shaking his head. He said, "Look, I want on the show." So, as always, Will Franklin, welcome back, sir. How are you?
That's how you gonna play me, Dub? I'm over here begging to be on the show, dog. God damn, man.
I didn't say you begged. You just like, look, I want on, dadgummit.
Listen, after last week's shit show, you're goddamn right. Get on here, give people what they want. Chris out here chastising people.
Oh man, I don't chastise nobody, man. I just say it like it is, and people get mad at me.
Giving them young boys the business last week, boy. What's going on with y'all fellas, man?
All right, so I guess
what's going on with you?
Man, I'm at this CIAA Divine Nine night here in Baltimore, man. Get to watch some of my other refs do some of these games in here, man. So just enjoying the night out. I actually forgot all about this, man. So hopefully the background noise isn't too bad.
So I guess
good? I can hear you. He's solid for the most part.
Y'all gotta forgive me if you hear me. If you hear me order a fully loaded glizzy with no bun, just know it's not me.
Yeah, you said you're at a basketball tournament, huh?
Yeah.
Who fell down the elevator? Question for you. So, rule changes for this upcoming year. Did I open a can?
Yeah, fuck it. He's here to give the people what they want to talk about.
So, quarterbacks are taking too many blind shots, man, from all the video that we watched. So we're considering putting flags on the quarterbacks. What else? I'm fucking with y'all. No, man, there's no real changes this year, man.
So if there's no rule changes, are there any? I wouldn't say changes.
So the official rule book.
Go ahead.
Yeah, so Derek and I worked on the rule book most of the off season, and we cleared up a lot of the language. While we're creating our own rule book, it's a great master copy. I don't know when we're going to release it, but it's cleaned up a lot of the language. Derek had a lot of concerns about loopholes within rules or misinterpretations that were universal for everybody. So yeah, it got cleaned up a lot, man. It definitely got cleaned up. What else? Yeah, no, man, that's it, man. As far as the rule book goes, there's no changes. We didn't really play with anything this off season. Nothing came up from suggestion from the owners. So yeah, man, we're just adjusting to this light schedule right now, man. I think this is kind of blowing everybody.
I agree. I think the light schedule is a little bit of not a little bit, a big change, and maybe not exactly the direction out that we want to go, but at the same time, um, does that change competition? I don't know because we still got the top tier teams are still playing, so I can't complain. But what I can complain about is I think that some of the teams that wanted to get involved in this, um, they truly need to get their shit together for next year.
Yeah. I remember my initial reaction was just extremely blown, man. When when I seen all the cities that weren't going to be in it. I had already been prepping the Atlanta refs. Um, you know, this head national ref job, man, has not been no pump this offseason. I'll tell you that much. Um, trying to find refs for the one team in Kentucky for them to do 4 games on the season. Finding refs for the Virginia team, they're going to have 2 or 3 home games. Only, trying to get refs, under a 1-game circumstance, and there's only going to be 2 or 3 of them. And I don't even know when those games are. So, I'm really in those markets like Virginia. And the thing about it is, I wasn't informed of all these changes, but less than a week and a half ago. When I posted that thing the other day, maybe last week or the week before about all the different markets. And that kind of put my back up against the wall from the league standpoint. Didn't do me any favors in trying to find the adequate refs. So now I've got to worry about the quality of the game. From market to market again, when I thought we were just now getting into a stable position as a league, the game looked the same, the game played the same in all the different markets. I thought we had a pretty good cohesion on that last year, but this year is really blowing me, man. Shit. I might need to talk to someone in HR because this shit's crazy.
Yeah, I kind of figured it would be, especially with the amount of teams that we had at the beginning and the amount of teams that have dropped off since has kind of been a surprise, actually. And the reason why I say it's been a surprise because it seemed like I'll take Compton for instance. It seemed like they had finally got their shit together, and it seemed like everything was going pretty good out there. And then all of a sudden, it was like they fell off the edge of the earth. I don't know what happened in Atlanta because I thought Atlanta was going to be this team was going to be a go, and it was going to be a thing, a sight of things to come in Atlanta. So I'm kind of surprised about them.
I'm not surprised, man. And the reason why I say that is we as a league need to do better. If we're going to sell teams in these markets, we got to be better as an organization to help these teams get off the ground. Wanting to be a part of this is one thing. Being able to staff an entire team, find a location. I learned some things this offseason when, people buy individual teams. They're responsible for their own ref fees. I'm just doing them the favor of finding refs in those leagues, but it's not really a favor. It's just something needs to be done to keep league integrity. But instead of leaving them to do it themselves, are the things that I like. I try to implement. But I've been prepping those Atlanta refs for like a month and a half to find out there's no market there now because that guy couldn't get fully staffed up. It kind of leaves us in a Boston type of situation where you just hope that they come back next season. But not having the Atlanta market, LA market, no Indy, no Ohio, and shit, even in my home city. You know what I mean? 2019 we had 8 A7 teams in Baltimore. 3 seem to be the sweet spot of the last 2, 3, 4 years. But to have no team in my market is disheartening as shit. At the same time, success isn't always a straight path. You know what I mean? So I'm hoping that the decisions that are getting made above my pay grade, are being made in the vein of us even being around. You know what I mean? You see all these different posts about Do we have even 2-3 years left in this? I would be lying if I said I wasn't concerned. I love the sport. I love the league. I do think we need to get back to gameplay at a local level, at the town beach level of games. I think that would be, that would help fire the passion back up. But yeah, man, I'd be lying if I said I wasn't concerned about the direction of the league. But I don't make those decisions.
Well, I think you have something when you said that we should do a job as a league to help out the new teams. I would agree with that. I think that, when you think about what the NFL does, and I get it. NFL versus A7, I get it. But what I'm saying is, I think that you're right. I think that there should be a little bit more help and giving ideas for recruiting players, giving ideas for bringing people into play, and helping these teams kind of fill out their rosters is not a bad idea. Not to mention, don't put everything on the owner of the division to try to figure everything out. Let's have those conversations early, so that way it's almost like a pre-plan, and they know what's going on.
I mean, not even the NFL, man. If we need to package this stuff like, a Taco Bell, we need to package this stuff like a Dunkin' Donuts, man. We gotta have more systems in place to help these people get off the ground. Great helps would be like yourself as a division manager, or Knox as a division manager, calling their division manager, getting in touch with those owners. I don't think anything should be so cloak and dagger when it comes to information flowing around here. We've got resources in every city of our league. I just feel like we've got to help these newer markets if they're going to get off the ground. If they're going to grow, continue to the excitement around this league. Get where it's supposed to be. Man, I say this every time I get on here, but some of the sports that I've been watching coming on ESPN here lately have just been depressing. It's just depressing.
When you look
at that we're not further ahead.
No, but when you look at some of the other sports that are coming out and some of the ways that they put things together, and you never feel like an individual. And I think that that's what we need to do to be able to grow. And I don't know, I'm kind of talking out the side of my mouth right now, because I don't know new division managers or new division owners to help them understand, okay, go talk to these guys about a field. Go make sure that you're talking to, all these people for players and hanging out and talking to these guys at flag football. Get an idea of who wants to play, so that way you got an idea. Because, you got a team like the Stealth right now that has so many players, they could field 3 friggin' teams in reality. So, or at least that's what he's doing. And I gotta, take him for his word until I see different. But he's got a lot of guys that want to play tackle football, padded football, and they're just using those guys for A7 as well. So, if you can look at Vegas and say, okay, we got 2.5 million, and we've got guys coming out the woodwork to come play, then I would think that a place like Atlanta, California, especially in Compton area, and some of these other areas have more than enough players to come out and play. But it's about the organization, right? And the organizational skills of the people that are pulling the strings. And I think that needs to go back to being a collective to make sure that everybody's getting the help they need to make the most of it.
Just to even put a package together that you have an interest in a market, and that person actually makes a purchase. Why are we not putting together a research package for them of all the park and rec phone numbers around here, all the high school names and phone numbers around here, the referee associations that are in that state? Like, we got to put together more. I think this is going to be sustainable. there's just not too many more sports. I'm watching ESPN again. You two motherfuckers playing one-on-one soccer, and they're on bicycles, kicking the ball in with their tires. Playing one-on-one, I'm like, what the hell is this? Cycle ball. Where do you get funding? That's another thing. And we're at the CEO level. We need more sponsors. We need funding. It's disheartening when you see things like that. You see frisbee football taking off on a collegiate level. You see cycle ball, professional tag, pillow fighting, professional sign championships. Like those people out there that twirl the signs for like furniture. I know there was.
And don't forget about the slap fighting that they got going on right now.
Listen, slap fighting's entertaining. All them goddamn Samoans running into each other with the rugby ball. That shit is fire. You know what I mean? Like, where are they getting the backing for this, man? Why? We've been around for a while, man. And we just need to we need to do better. We need to be better about our league, man. I don't want to see this fall apart.
Yeah, I mean, in reality, I would have thought with all the people that have been interested in it, all the people on ESPN that have talked about it, I would have thought we would have had somebody like that reach out. And for all I know, they have. I'm not going to sit on here and say they haven't. I have no idea. So my thing is I agree with you, and I think that as we continue through this season, the conversations just need to be had.
Happy birthday to your daughter, Steve.
Yeah, happy birthday to your daughter, Steve. Enjoy.
Yeah, man. Even at one point in this offseason, they asked me to be the division manager of Baltimore. I'm like, what the hell are you talking about?
Say that again.
I said at one point here in the offseason, they asked me to be the division manager for Baltimore or the DMV. And I was like, man, that's just too much.
Now, speaking of Baltimore, you had a very hot, passionate take about Baltimore. Some kind of gave you some flack about that. Why do you think that is?
I didn't see any flack. I didn't see anyone that disagreed. I didn't see one comment of anyone that disagreed. I looked at it as recent as maybe a half hour ago. I haven't seen one point. I haven't seen one person say anything that they,
Which I mean, all your points were very valid. Your points were very valid.
Yeah, man. When you don't have all those teams to just flip over to and switch teams and it's tough, man. I'm extremely disappointed in myself putting something together. We had to put some last ditch efforts together. Ty Moore here in Baltimore tried to put it together, but it was just a little bit too little, too late. It's going to take some work to build this area back up, man. I just can't imagine going forward and Baltimore not being represented properly, not as one of the staples of this whole 707.
Well, Baltimore has been a big piece of what was going on in A7 for so long. I'm kind of surprised that there is no representation in Baltimore this season. I got to admit that. What do you think it is going to take to build it back up?
Mike's foul on number 14, Thomas.
I wish I could answer that, Chris. I think a few key figures. The only way I see it happening is if a few key figures here respected in this marketplace put their heads together and get us back on the map. I think people like Marcus Cole need to get back involved in this thing heavily if we're going to be successful. Thomas Ratliff, Thomas Covell, Sly. Washington. He's got a big chance. He's well respected in this thing, in this market. But it's going to take the leadership of guys that owned teams before to, for us to fire back up either a Town B season or be able to pull, at least enough players to make some teams. I don't know if you guys have ever seen any of the TC productions he's been posting, like on the different pages. And he's been going through like the history of Town Beef and stuff, and having different people on. So I'm actually on the next episode here. We're taking Friday, so we're going to talk about a lot of this in detail. That's a hell of a question. I think that's the best way we can start going back here and helping.
Well, and I agree with what's being said here. For regions, yes, it's always going to be. It'll always be better to have more than one team in a region, or in a division for sure to really get things moving. But fact of the matter is, if you're having trouble putting one team together to really get the excitement moving, it's going to be hard to even go for two. So. The thing about it is, my thought with Atlanta, and everybody can come down on me for saying this, but my thought with Atlanta was, I know that how much the ATL loves their football, and I would have figured biggest places when I saw the watches from where. I thought that I saw that one of the biggest things was that Texas was one of the people that watches our games the most. And in my eyes, why aren't we down there kind of promoting this and trying to make things go for Texas? And again, I've got to say it from my standpoint, because I haven't heard anything. I'm not saying they're not, but that would be, Atlanta and Texas would be two of the biggest places that I went to, and follow it up with Florida, because there's a lot of places out in Florida that look, I've been down there during the summertime to go see family, and every place that I go to, there's a park, there's flag football going on. So they got something going on down there too.
I think Atlanta is kind of up against the same thing LA is up against, and that is that semi-pro football has such a stranglehold on football in those two markets that the initial appeal of bowl ball, no pads, no helmet, at first, you kind of be taken back by that, not realizing that it's much safer. We have far less injuries. Texas, I tell you what, Chris, what it would take to open up markets like we need to open up markets, like we want to open up markets, like you and I both agree makes sense in certain markets. The interest list is ridiculous. Like the amount of interest that we get and inquiries that we get to own in different markets. It would take something like you and Derek, who are sales professionals, have sales backgrounds, to call and start opening up some of these markets and speaking with some of these different people who are interested. I mean, let's I forget what it is to own a division. I know it's like $8 to $10 grand to own a team, and like $50 grand to own a division. I don't know. I'm throwing numbers out. But I think we need to just flat out. We need a better sales pitch. We need people to call the damn leads.
Look, man, I love this league enough that if somebody gave me a list of people that were interested and said, "Hey, can you reach out to these guys? Give me the damn list. I'll reach out to them." I mean, look, I do sales for a living. I could talk to anybody. It doesn't matter who they are, and have a conversation with them. And if they are truly interested in what we've got going on out here and in A7FL, well, then let's make it happen. So I'll be the first to say, if anybody in the league office that wants me to do something like that, let me know. I'll do it.
And that's what I mean, man. We got such a resource of people, and there's not much. There's not a business I don't think is properly represented. As far as all the resources and people that we have and the connection, this is the type of things we would start doing to grow our league.
Look,
Yeah,
you need a good PR team from time to time to grow things and reach out to people. And again, I'm not, I've done a lot of sales throughout my life. I've been a salesman for 36 years. It's no different. And I love the game of football. I would be remiss if I didn't say, look, I want to see this place. I want to see A7 grow. And so if we've got that many inquiries and people are serious about it, well, then like I said, I have no problem being that person that makes those phone calls and talks to these people. Dude, I'm
Chris,
talking
so
a couple $1 million deals every day anyway. So why is that going to change anything?
This is the thing. It's like even with getting players to get involved nowadays, right? The cost that it costs to even play within the league is bonkers. You feel me? So then you got the people that want to partake in, let's just say, ownership. It costs too much to be involved. So people are getting scared just by the price.
Well, Knox,
The price will make me not want to play.
I understand where you're coming from, but like they said, you've got people out there that are football first mindset, and some of these guys have money, and they will put that in, and they will fund a team, and players might not have to pay at all. There's guys out there that have the pockets that want to get involved in different football leagues, and they're just not sure how to do it. So it's one of those situations where, you have a business owner. Look at Derek. Yeah, he's a business owner, got involved. There's guys out there that are willing to do it. It's just a matter of how do they want to structure it, how do they want to put it together. And if you don't have those conversations, I can understand the fact of them being scared about putting something like this together. But you have to have those conversations.
I mean, there's been conversations that
being
been
scared
said
of
that
the unknown
if Derek
is
ran
what
the whole
most
league,
people
a
are.
lot of people would stay.
What's that?
go ahead, Doc.
2-5. I didn't hear you. If you're talking, you're on mute.
Yeah, he's muted.
Did anybody hear what he said? I didn't.
No, like he was saying something, then I think he muted himself.
Yeah. But anyway, bottom line is I agree we got to see what we could do and do better. Obviously, the definition of crazy is doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different outcome. So you got to change up how you attack things to get the results that you're wanting. And like I said, conversations are the first and foremost that happen with every day. You got to have those conversations. Sometimes they're tough conversations, but they're conversations nonetheless. And the thing about it is, if somebody's willing to invest, then cool, invest that money. You are now attached to A7FL, and now it's your turn to go do what you got to do. That's the way I look at it.
Yeah, man. I hate to think that we're a last of a dying breed right now, man. But this is where we're at. The facing circumstances. This season, man, it's going to be short. If I want to participate in officiating anywhere, I got to go 3 hours south or 3 hours north. Just to stay involved.
Out here.
Huh?
I said 5 hours out here.
Oh, where? What?
Out to Vegas. And you'd be out here for the championship.
Yeah, I mean, definitely. I mean, that's the one game I'm definitely making. I'm a little mad that shit's gonna be outside though. Yo, last year it whooped my ass.
Well, just drink plenty of fluids.
But it's only one game. You won't be out there for 2.
Yeah, there's not enough hydration prepared for that shit if you don't live it.
I I tried to tell everybody who came in. I told all the guys as they walked through, if you're not drinking,
Yo, and then you got you putting a pint of rum in someone. That shit don't help. You gotta make better decisions.
Hey, make better decisions. Don't go out drinking the night before.
That
What am I
part.
doing?
That part.
What's that though?
I was just saying that part. Don't do all that.
No, don't do it. Don't do it because Vegas is Vegas is unrelentless and undefeated when it comes to the heat.
Well, heck, it's about to be 80 degrees this weekend. We're in February. We're still in winter, and it's gonna be 82 tomorrow, 83 Friday, 83 on Saturday, 84 on Sunday.
Yo, a May championship is just man, that shit's weird.
So let's see. I got 85 Saturday. So yeah, it's well, Mr. Franklin is freezing when he goes outside in Baltimore. We're wearing t-shirts and shorts already.
I'm already lacing on my basketball shorts for this weekend. That's insane.
Dude, I got mine on right now. I changed into them as soon as I got home. It was too damn hot. I got my fan going right now next to me while we're sitting here doing the show because it's hot upstairs.
Y'all some assholes, man. Can we move on?
What's that?
So y'all some assholes. Let's move on to the next subject. It's freezing here.
Jordan, let
It's
me just
38
say,
degrees outside.
I was fortunate that it was not as humid as it normally can be in Jersey when I was out there back in 2024. I lucked out that day.
Well, Will, when you come out, I'll just make sure that I grab another bottle of rum and we can start drinking that when you hit the door.
No chance. I'm gonna leave it at a Coors Light maximum.
Well, no rum? Come on, man.
Max two Coors Light.
What's wrong with the rum?
Because I can't afford for none of y'all to be giving me mouth to mouth, waking my black ass up, laying out cooking on somebody's turf. I can't do it. That shit'll live forever on the internet. You see, I'm barely able to live down getting ran over. That shit keeps popping up.
Hey man, the rum won't hurt you if you drink it early enough.
Tell me anything.
Every time I talk to you and I bring up rum, man, you start muttering. You start mumbling.
Yeah, bro. Man. You could drink, bro. You definitely can drink. I can't. I'm not on your level, bro. I'm definitely not on your level.
Now, Chris, do you know which Pinecrest we're going to be at for the season?
Which one?
Yeah, was it the one for week 1 in 2024?
Yeah, the one over by Raider Stadium.
Okay.
I believe that's the one we're going to be at.
By their practice facility?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I said Raider Stadium. My bad. Yeah, by the practice facility, right down the street. Yeah, I believe that's the one we're going to be at.
Oh, the one with a very nice scoreboard. Yes.
Yeah, with the but the box wasn't that great.
Oh, the small press box.
Yeah, I mean it wasn't bad, but it wasn't great. I do think they have an air conditioner though.
That I think they do.
Yeah, and it'll be tough because we'll be facing west, so later games the sun's going to be setting. So that's the only sucky thing. But we'll get through it.
Yes.
We'll get through it.
Hey, yo, man. Let me get off here, man. I would love to be on maybe like a mid-season check-in, man, just to see how things are going. But I appreciate you guys being faithful to this podcast, man, and all throughout the off season. What do you guys like? What is it, like episode 172 or something?
172.
Yeah,
you're correct.
Okay, yeah. Man, that's a lot of work, man. And I appreciate you guys putting in the work and keeping the podcast alive. You know, how the hell you come up with all these different talking points to make the offseason, whatever it is, just to come back and have a 7-8 week season and a championship in May. I appreciate you guys, man. What you guys doing here?
Appreciate you, Will Franklin. Always appreciate the
Yeah,
time,
man.
buddy.
Appreciate you and what you're saying. We just got to keep everybody in it. So we'll keep doing our thing.
Yeah, I just didn't know they had turf back when you played flag football, man. It's a hell of a picture you got behind you, Chris. Always makes me wonder when the hell did they even when you were playing on turf.
Yeah,
That picture looks like 40 years ago.
that crap that you didn't want to even hit the ground on, man, because you'd pop up because that stuff was so damn hot.
Man, I love y'all boys, man. I'm about to get the hell out of here. We have another
brother.
game coming up right now, man. But listen, man, I'll
right.
definitely check with you guys midweek, mid-season.
Yeah, you got it. Whenever you
All
want to
right.
come back on, let us know.
Or if some shit happens,
Oh, then you'll be
talk
back
about
on right
that
away.
too. Oh, absolutely.
We'll get you on right away if that happens.
You know what? Fuck it. All suspensions are getting announced every fucking Wednesday. That's what we're doing.
Okay.
I
Sounds
don't
good
care
to me.
what market it's from. Listen, I'm gonna be making up shit this year. I'm gonna get the people going. There's gonna be some blood pressure up this year. You know what I mean? Like, man. God, I miss my city being in this shit, man. So now I gotta fuck with the rest of the league, man.
All right, man. Well, take it easy, stay warm, and we will see you soon.
All right, brother. You guys be safe, man. Love
All right,
y'all.
brother. You too.
The head of officiating, the one, the only Mr. Will Franklin.
What did he say? It was 30 degrees out there right now?
I wouldn't be shocked.
No, I
I
wouldn't.
definitely would not be shocked. That was Will Franklin that came in and joined us. Again, still waiting on Camri. I've not heard anything back from him.
I haven't either.
So hopefully we'll try to get him on next week.
Yeah.
If he's watching or listening. But yeah. So Pinecrest Anderson will be the home this year for A7FL Nevada. Again, March 15th is still opening day, but the schedule has been condensed. It will be a 5-game regular season, and then it will be a 4-week playoff. So again, March 15th is the opening day for the regular season. The regular season will conclude on April the 19th. But we will still have April the 5th off, for that is Resurrection or Easter Sunday. As you know, we don't play on Easter during the season, so that'll be our bye week. And then we will come back for the rest of April. The regular season concludes April the 19th. Then the wild card week is April 26th, which would be 3 versus 6, 4 versus 5. Then week 7 is the playoffs, 1 versus 4, 2 versus 3. Then, of course, the Final Four, which we are knowing that it will be in the East Coast. Don't know if it will be at Asbury Park Stadium or back in the Dome in Jackson, New Jersey. We don't know yet. But we do know it will be back east for the Final Four and Vegas. The West Coast, for the first time since 2023, will host the championship game on May the 31st. So, all in total, you get 9 weeks of action of A7FL football. Of course, you can catch all the action on A7FL.tv. Myself and Chris looking forward to being back in the booth calling these games. Again, just to go over the week 1 matchups one more time. Again, Renegades and the Animals kick it off in the East at 1 p.m. at Asbury Park. We get going at 1 p.m. Pacific with the Hunters and the Silver State Stealth. And then, of course, the defending champions start defense of their title against the Patterson U. That's at 4 p.m. Eastern in Asbury Park. The Heathens and the Lexington Phantoms making their debut will be in Fredericksburg, Virginia. That's at 4 p.m. Eastern. Of course, our nightcap out here will be Sick and the Insomniacs. That goes off at 4. And, of course, that is your 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 game slate for opening day, as the Gold will be on a bye week.
And I guess I'll have to bring my iPad back out so we can watch games and keep up with what's going on. So Dude, I haven't turned that damn thing on in about, okay, realistically, probably the last broadcast we had last year.
Yeah, it goes by so quickly. You get excited for it, and it finally comes here, and then once it gets here, it goes away that quickly. So I'll just say this for you fans out there: enjoy while it's here, because again, these 9 weeks are gonna go by very quickly. So
Yep. And
it might be one of the quickest seasons in A7
we've
history.
had. Yep. And the one thing, I know that people start asking about us getting into games and breaking things down a little bit for games, but until rosters come out, we're going to hold off. There's obvious names, if you will, that will be an obvious, interesting piece. Obviously, the Insomniacs and Sick with it is going to be a really good game, as it usually is. What was the first one? Animals and Renegades. That should be a really good game. So I mean, there's games that historically, because of what we know from players and from the teams, that are going to be really good games. I'll be honest, we don't know what the stealth is going to be like. We had Leon last week talking about it. He seems to have quite a few players. We'll see what goes on there. A couple weeks ago, we had Jeremiah on. Don't know what's going to go on there. So there's a lot,
A lot of uncertainty.
that comes with
a lot
this.
Of uncertainty.
Yeah, yeah. So until we start getting rosters and whatnot, it'll be hard for us to talk about the games here in Vegas. Obviously, we want to see what some of the other divisions, especially back east, who's going where. We've got obvious ideas of some of them, but again, until that game day, that first game starts, you just never know what's going to happen. So I'm just going to leave it there and say, okay, we're just going to put a bookmark into that place, and we'll talk about it once we understand who's playing where, and we'll talk about get more into the games and give you our, I guess you could say, our game choices of who's going to win and by how much, as we usually do. And we'll see what happens with these games. I know I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to calling them. Looking forward to seeing who's on the stealth, who is coming back with the Insomniacs. I know they say it's Revenge Ball. We'll see. When I say they, not the Insomniacs, everybody else has kind of put it out there as such. We'll see what happens. Sick. I mean, you heard last week Lee was talking about having. Well, now I'm by myself for a second. Having Stone King out to a couple of his practices. So the question truly becomes, is he going to be back with Sick? So I mean, there's a lot of moving parts and a lot of thoughts.
Well, not just that. If that's the case, I mean, if Stone King is not on sick, does that mean is Jeremy Geary coming back,
Right.
or is Fox gonna run the show at sick? I mean, there's lots of intriguing things that we don't know yet, and of course, as you said, until we get rosters, we won't know what happens. So, as they say, just stay tuned and watch. And of course, if there's any kind of a breaking news, we definitely will give you some information. Now, one of our followers who always leaves comments, Jordan Davison, he's now starting a podcast, and he, in a sense, busted out with his own preseason poll, if you will, which was quite interesting. Um, and I wish I had time to save the picture so I can scroll it up, but he has his, I guess, his preseason top 8 for the A7FL. And in some cases, it's not surprising, and some kind of are. Um, but obviously, he definitely is a follower of this league, and definitely we will get into that, talk about these preseason polls, if you will, which, take it for what it's worth. Um, you really don't know what it is, but, it's quite intriguing who he has in his top 8 before the season starts.
No. Do you have it? Can we talk about it?
It's I don't have it saved. I mean, it's on his Facebook page. If you want to go
Oh,
ring it up.
you know what? I don't know if you and I are friends on Facebook or not. I have to look at it. I think we are.
Hold on, let me try to find it real quick. Hold on. All right.
Because I mean, I'm intrigued to see who he's got, where, if you will. Um, and how much influence is that going to have on what we will see? Because you know that the league will put out theirs, and how close is that? Yeah, you know what? I do not have Mr. Davison on my.
Okay. Now I saw it somewhere. Is it on one of the A7 pages? A7 group pages? I gotta find it. Hold on. Because he did put one out there. Ah, yes. Okay, there it is. All right. Here we go. It's in the A7 Nevada players page. All right. Now I'm gonna save it, and I'm going to send it to you.
You gonna send it to me?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, take a look at it.
I should have.
I'm also in. Oh, I got it. I got it. I see it.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah. Very much
Well,
so.
we can talk about this. I mean, I think that it's definitely noteworthy. Um, so let's start from let's see, number 11. He has as the Vegas Hunters. Number 10 is the Vegas Gold.
Good to see you, D-Rock. Hope you're doing well too, good sir.
Number let's see, number 9 is the East Orange Renegades. So this is where it's going to get interesting for me, and I'll tell you why. Because some of these teams have, you know, we know, but you kind of wonder. But I do agree with them. Number 8 is the Virginia Heathens. Number 7, Silver State Stealth. Number 6 is the Lexington Phantoms, which is interesting to me because we haven't seen them play yet. I don't even know who's on them. So maybe Jordan has a little bit of insight on that one, and that's why he's got them right where they are.
I do think Keno is on the Phantoms, of course. Keno, formerly of the Chaos and the QC Crush.
Yeah.
Derek, to answer your question, this is Jordan Davison's preseason top 11 list for the league as he's getting ready to go into his own podcast later on. So this is his list that we're talking about.
And so
So
far, I would find it very hard to argue with him where he's putting these teams. Number 5 is Patterson U. Number 4 is Sick. Oh no, I'm sorry, Silk City Animals. Sorry, my scrolled up one on me. Number 3 is Sick With It. Number 2 is the Insomniacs, and of course, number 1 is the Champs, Trenton BIC.
let me see if I
So,
can add it. Hold on one second.
to our page. I mean, to there you go.
There you have it.
And that gives you his top 11. Obviously, taking a look at this is not a bad thing. I don't know if obviously I think the Renegades would have a little bit of say in where they are. I think the Heathens would have a say in where they are. But you know what? That's why why the lists get put together from time to time. If you think that your team is better, well, you'll go out there on Sunday and prove it. So we're, if I'm not mistaken, from what Steve said earlier, we're 18 days away, and that's going to come very quickly. So, man, all I can say is get your popcorn ready, fellas, because it's going to be some good football here in a very short period of time.
Well, all I can say is, okay. Now this is coming from the boss himself. He just said that It's recommended that I tell you guys that Vegas will likely have more regular season games and less playoffs than what's on the current schedule, but we haven't figured out what's what yet. So, all right. So there you go. So,
Okay,
but
good to know.
what we do know is the championship game will be on May 31st. That we do know. So there we go. So there might be more than just 5 regular season games in Vegas. So anything that comes to a brass, either us or Double D will let us know what's going on with that situation. Um,
Of
so
course, but I
certainly,
mean, it'll
go
it'll
ahead.
be a interesting. Like I said, it'll be very interesting, especially when we talked about just a minute ago about some of these players and question marks. Um, Obviously, with what we heard from Lee last week, who is quarterbacking for
The
Sick?
stealth,
Yeah,
yes,
and
and sick,
who's
yeah.
quarterbacking for the Stealth too? We have no idea. We know that Lee himself said last week that he realized that was one of his bigger mistakes was not having a set quarterback and platooning some of his players. So, I mean, we'll see what happens from their standpoint, especially knowing that a player that used to play with Sick was actually out trying out with one of his teams. So, see what happens, right? I mean,
It's always interesting to be determined what's going to happen.
oh yeah, yeah. I mean, and if he has as many players as he said he has, and again, I'm not doubting him. I'm just saying if that's the case, it's going to be a interesting piece for him to find the, I guess you could say the correct combination to keep his team competitive. He's trying to get into that upper tier with Sick and the Insomniacs. We'll see if he's able to do it this season.
Well, considering how he says he has his roster mainly intact, since
Dub, did we lose you?
11, so it's going to be interesting to see how he has his A7 roster set for this year, which
Yeah.
is quite interesting. But I mean, it seems like he's trying to put together a program and certainly wants to improve from what happened last season as they won 2 or 3 games in their debut. So definitely trying to trend upward and improve on that. And I mean, he certainly has some key pieces coming back. So I mean, it's definitely
I mean,
going to be
Jordan
interesting to
Webb is
watch.
not a slouch. That's for damn sure. We know that.
No,
He did.
having him ha- ha- and
Catching every third word from you, Dub. There you go. You're back. I would, yeah, having Jordan Webb is going to be huge for him. The bigger piece
that's
from
that's
what I
because
caught. Go ahead. But what I
no,
was
I was
going to
just saying
say
I
was,
was um trying. Did I lose you?
no, you're here. You were just kind of fading in and
Okay,
out.
all right,
You're in the
all right.
car.
I was just saying, go ahead and continue. Yeah, I was saying, go ahead and
Okay.
continue your point.
Okay. What I was saying was just the fact that, with the way he was talking about building his team, which I thought was the right way, he's trying to build it from the inside out, is always a good thing. So we'll see. I guess he said he got some offensive linemen, and I think
Yes.
that's probably the biggest piece that he was missing last year. If I think, if we were to be realistic, and he had a decent defensive line, but the problem that he had was keeping his quarterbacks upright all the time.
Yeah.
So I think that if he's able to solve that, he's going to have they're going to have a better go of it this season.
No, Derek, it was not a Wi-Fi issue. I was transferring from my phone speaker to the car speaker as I'm making my commute to work.
Yeah, always tries to finish in the car when he's heading to work. So, well, I mean, that's when we talk about the stealth, the other side of it is what's going to happen with the gold, and are we looking at
Yeah.
other players that might be not making the cut, if you will, with the stealth going to play with the gold. So that's also a very interesting piece, knowing that both Jeremiah and Lee have been talking and practicing together. So we'll see what comes out of that.
Now, to answer your question from earlier, you were asking which A7FL team will be playing the beach football team in Santa Monica on March 7th. It's no specific team, so it might be just A7FL All-Stars playing against the Beach League on March 7th. Of course,
No, I think it's
if anybody
a stealth.
You think it's the stealth?
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's a stealth that's playing. If I'm not mistaken, Lee took that up and said he would put a team together to go down there and play them. So, yep, it's a stealth.
It's the stealth. Okay, just confirmed. Yep. Thank you, Derek.
Yep.
20-man roster. Okay, there you go. So it will be the stealth playing the Beach Football League in beautiful Santa Monica on the shadows of the beautiful Santa Monica Pier on March the 7th. Is there any way that could be possibly streamed on YouTube, or is there any possible way we can watch that? Because I'm intrigued to see this.
Just don't get any on me. I would be intrigued to see that too. And I thought that they said something about it being televised or streamed, excuse me. I want to make sure I'm saying that correctly, because I don't want anybody looking on ESPN and then saying, hey, Chris, how come it's not on? I thought that they said something about it being streamed. I don't remember. Derek, if you know for sure, they're supposed to stream it, but they haven't yet for any of the first three. So, well,
all right.
Well, I'll keep my ears out, and if I hear that it is being streamed, obviously you could check out the our page, and we'll make sure that it's up there. So that way, if you do want to watch, you can. I think it's intriguing for them to be playing beach volleyball, but I also know that it can also it can be a very interesting game, and I'm curious if it's I haven't looked into it enough, if it's tackle or if it's flag or touch. I have no idea. Basically talking out of the side of my mouth right now because I'm not sure.
Well, Derek just said, dang it, he'll go down to Santa Monica himself and go live and commentate if need be.
Hey, take Steve with you. At least that way we know it's streaming.
Oh, there you go. Tackle 8-on-8 football.
Nice. Hell yeah. Beach volleyball? I'm in.
But I don't think that would be fun at getting a lot of sand in your mouth, so hopefully they will wear their mouthpieces.
I think that you would need to wear one of the, rather than just the ones that cover your teeth, you want to wear one that's sticking out of your mouth so that way you don't get any dirt in it. But hey,
yes,
weirder things have happened.
The old Mickel Irvin mouthpiece.
Yes. Yeah. That he used to rub in the dirt on the backside so that way everybody thought he was putting a dirty mouthpiece in, even though he wasn't.
I mean, you always try to gain an edge in football, as you well know.
Oh, yeah. Whatever you can. Whatever you can.
Where are the first highlights located at?
I've not seen highlights for the first three. Have to
tell me what page is on. I can go find and I can go watch.
Yep. Heck yeah. I'll go see it. Go check and see what these guys are in for, because March 7th is next weekend.
Yeah.
So definitely want to see what's going on with it.
Which, in addition, it's your wife's birthday month. It's my mother's birthday month, so
When's your mom's birthday?
Mom is happy. Hers is on the 20th.
Oh, geez. Okay. Yep. And Tammy's is on the 28th, so I will be. There we go.
The day
everybody.
The day after my grandfather's. My grandfather's the 27th.
Oh wow. Oh, you know what? Same day as our cousins. He's the 27th. Brett. Then Tammy's the 28th. We got March is just chock full of birthdays for us.
Yeah. I do know a lot of March babies.
BFL USA.
There you go. Now, also, I think this weekend, if I'm not mistaken, is the rugby tournament. If I'm not mistaken, is that correct?
Yeah, I think that's what he's saying. That this weekend,
Yeah. Okay.
5 A7 guys are playing rugby.
Nice.
Nice. Very nice.
Well, I know it was a big thing, and I know when they were having it at Sam Boyd, it would always fill up and sell out.
Oh yeah.
This year,
Yeah, I even had people from Cali asking me to sending me money to buy them tickets.
Are they playing this at Allegiant this year? The Dead Pelicans. That's a heck of a team name.
Right. So what team are you playing for? The Dead Pelicans.
The Dead Pelicans.
Yep. All I keep thinking about is oh man, what the hell is the name of the movie?
So yes, they will be playing. They will be playing at the Death Star. Yes, so that's pretty awesome.
The Roomba.
Ah, yes. Zion's. Yes, of course, Zion. Well, he wasn't a Pelican yet when he came out of his shoe. He was still a Duke.
Oh, that's fun.
But that's just why I've never seen a basketball player completely come out of his shoe. That was wild.
And you could do a half an hour on that because that was crazy. I've never seen that before. Blow out a shoe on the way up.
Yeah. We have seen football players come out of their cleats. That's nothing new.
Yes.
I mean, to be on the basketball court and make a pivot move towards the basket and your shoe completely comes off, that's just, I've never seen it and have not seen it since. Like, you'll probably have a better chance of seeing the backboard broken than seeing someone completely come out of their shoe.
Yes, I would agree. But anyway. Jesus.
That is funny. 3 minutes, Chris. Final thoughts before we put a bow and a wrap on episode 172.
Well, 18 days, man. 18 days, and we get to have that what I would consider fun. I know it's a people don't see behind the scenes and the hard work Derek does and everybody does for setup and all that fun stuff. So looking forward to calling games with you again, my brother. But it's one of those situations where I'm really looking forward to this season. I know that we've got 2 games, but I think they're going to be exciting. And I think that the games back east are going to be just as exciting. Looking forward to it.
Well, coming into the first week, there's always a lot of uncertainty. Of course, new players trying to fit in and try to be a part of the team and try to contribute. You never know what to expect. I will say this. I'm hoping that we have a replay of what happened 3 years ago when Sick and the Insomniacs opened the season against one another, and they gave us that classic 42-39 game, which of course propelled the Insomniacs to their first championship. But again, like I said, the stealth, can they add on to what they did last year, being a new team and obviously adding the pieces that they've added? And obviously, Sick-Witted, who earned a lot of respect, albeit in a loss, as they took the eventual champions to the limit. Anxious to see how Mark Gray has retooled and revamped his team. Obviously, the Insomniacs coming in, ready to, feel like they want to reclaim what they should have not lost, which was the title. And of course, the ultimate question, the BIC have done a lot of great things in this league, but the one thing they have not done is repeat as champions. Can they do that? Will this be another transition year for the Patterson U, or will they retool and try to get back to the level that the Patterson U was used to getting back to? And of course, the Animals, who they've added. Can David Tender take him to the next echelon of what they were trying to do last season? Obviously, the Renegades.
30 pounds lighter, David Tender.
30 pounds lighter. Watch out. It's just interesting. All right, so just to give you some insight, folks, Rugby 9 on the 28th, BFL on the 7th of March, and of course, A7FL opening up at Pinecrest in Henderson on March 15th. So
Next
certainly
3 weeks.
a lot of stuff going on football wise. So keep it tuned in here on the Other Side of the Ball Network. Again, it is greatly appreciated for all you guys commenting. Again, Zelly, thank you for your contributions to the Ace NFL. You will be missed not being on that field, but definitely understand. So it's greatly
100%.
appreciated. But with that said, appreciate y'all for joining us on this 172nd episode of the Other Side of the Ball. Hopefully, we can get Camri Mickel back on next week as he is today. Special thanks to Will Franklin for joining us. As always, special thanks to Live25 for joining us. Corey Hammond is on assignment. Hopefully, he'll be back next week. But we will see you next week for episode 173, as it'll be our first podcast in March.
Yep.
By that time we will literally be 1 week away from opening day of
From the
season
kickoff.
12.
Or excuse me, throw off. Yeah.
Of the A7FL. For Chris, I'm Dub. You guys enjoy the rest of your Wednesday. Enjoy the rest of your week. Take care of yourself and each other. And if you're in Vegas, get your basketball shorts up, because we're going to be in the 80s this weekend. So might be time to take a dip. Might be time to take a dip at the pool. You never know. But anyhow, we'll see you next week, and we'll see you on the Other Side of the Ball. Take care.